Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dungeon Learner's Guide. We're going to be doing our year in review. We're going to be talking about all of the stats and trivia from this past year, 2024, from all of the Commander games that showed up on the channel this year. And we are taking a bit of a divergence from last year. We're going to make it more trivia-like and less just throwing stats at people, because I like stats, but that doesn't translate to everybody else. So, to do that, we have 5 guests joining us. If people would like to go through and introduce themselves, we can just start with, we'll say Doodle, since I got you written down first.
Hey, howdy, I'm Doodle. I'm the resident red player.
That is accurate. And then we have Cole.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Cole. You'll remember me from losing in many games.
We also have Mort making his first appearance on the channel.
Yeah, hi. I'm Mort. I'm new. Hope everybody has fun. I'm a Filthy Azorius player.
Then we got Vintage.
Hello, everyone. I'm Vintage. I have no presence on the internet, maybe a little bit on social media, on Reddit. I'll put that in the comments. Don't bother me. I don't post. I like playing a little bit of everything, a little quirky, something you don't normally see. So hopefully that will translate to answering trivia. Probably not.
All right, and then last but not least, we have Mike.
Hello, everyone. It's your man McAG3 here, and welcome to another edition of the Dungeon Learner's Guide Year in Review of the Year of Our Lord 2024.
See, I don't need to do my job. Mike will do it for me. But anyway, so a quick rundown of how this is going to work. We have a bunch of stats that were taken this year by myself, so there's hopefully no bias in there, but, I did my best. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through a bunch of different categories. I think there's 6 categories in total, and we're just going to see how well our competitors can do. And we got a lot of stakes on the line, because whoever loses, they're getting kicked out of the server. So good luck, everybody. So
I knew I should have studied.
Should have studied.
I just renewed my membership. This is terrible.
So first up,
I'll do my best.
we have our first category, which is random cards. So our first category, we build around random cards every single week on the Dungeon Learner's Guide. So my first question, hopefully an easy one, is how many random cards did we build around this year? If we have basic math, we might be able to get this one. And there's no buzzing in. If you think you know it or you want to take a guess, that's fine. And I'll just mark down who gets correct answers.
I'm going to go with B, Zach.
Okay.
I'm a bandwagon, and I'll also say B.
Okay.
Yeah, I think B would be the most logical answer. Vintage for B.
I'm going to say B, but also that's cheating because you mentioned in the Discord that answer yesterday or the day before.
Well, I mentioned that's how many videos we did. I didn't specify that was the number of cards.
Ah, crap, you're right.
This is true. Oh, this is true. And I think I requested more than one. I don't know if that counted or if he just did it as one card, though.
We might be in trouble, Vintage.
I know, right? Okay, just for the sake of verging off, I'll go C.
Vintage going C. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wild card it. Let's see what happens.
He's going rogue.
He's wild card and the random card.
54 is a big number. I like big number. I'll go with D.
Okay. All right. That was everybody, right? I didn't miss anyone? All right.
Should be everybody.
Your correct answer, then, is 53. It was Vintage who got it.
Good job, everybody. Great video.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, there was one video at the very beginning of the year that someone requested 2 cards for the same deck. So I technically counted them both as the random card. So we had one more than the number of weeks in the year.
You're welcome, guys. I stacked the deck in my favor.
He did stack the deck. All right. Second one, since we're all about budget on the channel, if we put together all of our 53 random cards, What is the total price of those 53 cards? This one, I don't know how you know. I think this one's just kind of pure guesswork, but who knows?
Well, seeing as how you very rarely have any like high-end card as a random card of the week, I'm gonna go with D.
Okay.
I'm going C.
I think it's a little higher than D, but not as high as C. So I'm going to say B.
I'm gonna follow that logic with B as well.
Yeah, I have the same logic, but I don't want to bandwagon since that got me in trouble last time. So I'm going to go with A.
Okay. So we had at least someone say every answer. So that's good.
Mhm.
That means that I made up some believable lies. The correct answer, though, is A.
Ah,
So I believe that was Mort who got that, yeah?
Heck yeah.
All right. So 1 point so
Mort
far for
coming.
Vintage, 1 point for Mort. Everybody else, you got to catch up.
all right, we're gonna work on it.
All right. Now, this is the first slide where I'm going to deviate from the theme a little bit. Oh, it worked. Beautiful. So, what was the most expensive random card that we built around this year? These were the top 4. These were the 4 most expensive. I just want you to tell me which one you think is the most expensive.
I'm going to say whatever Mike says because I know he's all into the finance. So my answer is Mike's answer.
Okay, so
was, like,
my
cheating
my,
the whole
my
hour.
expertise on Magic Finance is on the line here. Okay,
Yeah, no
so-
pressure. We're just all counting on you.
So
You can lie and make Doodle get the wrong answer so he gets banned.
True.
Good.
right, all right.
Oh,
So
it's treason then.
I did an audit not that long ago, so I should know this. Well, we risk it for the biscuit. I'm gonna go with Dream Halls mainly because it's an older card that has yet to be reprinted. So B.
Okay. A fair guess.
I also choose this guy's Dream Halls.
I choose Gearson Stone.
Okay.
C.
I'm gonna go with the only card that's actually within Magic's universe.
Okay. Dream Halls.
Dream Hall.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Dream Halls, but not to stroke your ego, but I built that deck from your video, and I know that that card is on the reserve list, so I'm gonna go with B.
All right. So I think that was everybody for B except for, was it Cole who said C?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Correct answer is B. It was the Dream
Oh,
Halls.
thank goodness.
Yeah, I have a flawless strategy.
It was the Dream
How
Halls.
close are they?
Dream Halls
Yeah.
was 1858. I believe Gearson is about 1830. So they are incredibly close in price.
Wait. Gearson Starn is that much?
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
creeping up. He is almost
Holy
$20.
Yeah, a
And
lot of people have been building him. He's actually a really popular commander.
he is the
Plus,
most
he's
popular
also
as
on a
commander.
He's also a
Mhm.
separate reserve list.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, they can't really reprint him.
But
Nazgul
those are some
is
good
about...
picks, though, because
What was that, Mike?
yeah, those are good picks. No, you were about to say what the values for the other 2 cards were. That's actually what I was going to allude
Yeah, I
to.
was,
But go
I was
on.
just going to say, Nazgul, the most expensive version is about $12, and then Witch
Yep.
King is about $9.
Yep.
All right. So if we're doing most expensive, though, we also got to do least expensive. So these
Okay.
are, once again, the 4 at the bottom of the expensive table. Which one, though, is the least expensive?
I'm gonna go with the Griffin.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going B as well.
I'm struggling here, but I will say A.
Okay. The
Yeah,
combat
is-
trick.
Yeah, is A from Brothers War?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, I'm absolutely going to go with A then because I hate that set.
Oh,
It has no value to me.
That's fair. I will say for
So-
A and for B, I don't think they've ever been reprinted. C and D have been reprinted a lot. So I just pulled their most recent printing for the image.
Yeah, and with that reasoning, that's why I'm going to go with C, active treason. It's been printed literally into the ground.
Okay.
This is true.
yeah. I went
Smart man.
with the idea that like at least A and C could see some play, and experimental one is counters. So
Also, experimental one has seen some play in other formats at some point or another. So
and no one's ever seen a 5-mana 2/3 with flying.
yeah, that's also true.
But you can prevent damage with it. 2 mana to prevent 1 damage.
But see, it's a Griffin though, right? And there was a Griffin commander recently, so maybe it might have an edge up over like active treason.
It's 2 cents now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, that's 100% increase.
You know it.
Oh my goodness.
Magic market
Stonks.
going crazy.
All right. Did we get everyone's answers?
I'm locked in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So the correct answer for this one then is active treason.
Yep.
At a massive
Yeah.
2 cents.
Let's go.
All the others are floating around 5 cents. Except Whirling Strike, I think, is 3. So they were
Respectable. Second
really
to last.
close. But yeah, Experiment 1, I was actually kind of surprised it was even in the bottom 4. Because it does still see active play in Pioneer. So,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, for your +1 counter strategies and such.
Exactly. So I think Mike was the only one who said active treason? Or did someone
Yep.
else? Okay.
Nicely done, Mike.
I realized
Thank
keeping
you, thank
track
you,
of
thank you.
points is going to be harder than I thought with 5 voices.
How did we trust the finance guy for the first one, but not the second one?
I didn't want to,
last.
just kind of cheat the whole way through. I'm not leaning over and looking at everybody's paper, so.
Hey man, twitch.tv/McAG3. I'm here all day. Shameless plug.
Heck yeah, man. Get those plugs in. All right. Speaking of plugs, I'm going to plug my own channel because one of these videos was the most popular card that we did this year. Got the most views over on YouTube. I did not put the commanders up specifically. I put the random cards up. But for Nazgul, it was a Sauron deck. And then 1000 Lashes was the Ariete deck. And again, these 4 were the 4 most popular. I'm just asking which one you think was the most popular.
I think it's C.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this is more. I think due to our last discussion about Gearson Starn, I'm going to say C. But Shogengar will always be the favorite from this year in my heart.
I'm going with A.
I
some
think
reason-
that's a smart move, the A, because, the Universe is Beyond, that draws a lot of attention. I think it would help get views up. But for some reason, I want to feel like it's Ariete. I'm going to go with B.
Yeah, same thing. For some reason, B is speaking out to me. For some reason.
Okay. And that was everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
For this one, correct answer was A. It was the Nazgul Sauron deck with 4,098 views at the time of recording.
I love answering against my own logic.
Fair enough.
So
On the
I think
board.
someone got that. Cole got that, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that, though, brings us to the end of the first category. And part 2 is going to be color combinations. And for those keeping track at home, currently we have Mike, Vintage, and Mort with 2 points, Cole and Doodle with 1 point.
Nice.
Difficult
Nice.
questions. So this next question is going to be one of the only answers, or one of the only questions that has more than 4 answers, because it's all the colors in Magic. So out of all the decks that I built for the channel this year, for the Dungeon Learner's Guide, which color showed up the most? And I did include colorless as its own color because there was a colorless deck that showed up. But I'm not. But if a color, like if a deck was Azorius, like it was white and blue, then it would count for both white and blue, but it would not count for colorless.
Fair.
Because otherwise, colorless is the correct answer because it would be in every single deck. But
Right.
there's your free answer.
Okay, so this will probably be wrong, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. I'm gonna say A and D, mainly because you've mentioned numerous times that is your preferred color combination of Boros.
Well, I'm asking you to just pick one, though. Sorry, Mike, I gotta make you choose.
Oh, you're wanting to pick one?
I want you to pick
I'm
a
sorry.
single color.
Whoops, I guess I misunderstood.
He's just trying to hedge his bets with two answers.
Yeah, we'll get into combinations later. Right now, I just want to know like which individual color showed up the most.
Okay, I'm gonna say C, black.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, go ahead.
go. I was saying I'm going E for green.
Okay.
That was literally what I was about to say. I'm going to jump on E as well.
All right, I think that it's D. I'm feeling the red love.
Okay.
I appreciate that. However, I'm gonna have to go with B.
Okay.
I also appreciate that B is blue. I mean, I guess it could have been black,
Yeah.
but you know.
They're in
Right.
order of
D for Doodle.
colors, yeah. So there's actually
No, if it
two
was
correct
blue, it
answers
was
here.
you. Okay.
Blue and black are both correct. They were tied for first, so we're giving Doodle and Mike a point for that one.
Let's flip and go.
Let's go!
But they were all very close, though. They were all pretty evenly represented.
As they should be. Oh, my man, green. Damn.
Yeah, green at the bottom.
What about colors though? Colors got like almost no love whatsoever.
Well, yeah, colorless was a hard one to track because, again, it's technically in every deck, but
Right.
I didn't want to
I think
include
it had
it in
a
every deck. So,
I think it had a 100% increase from last year.
that is probably correct.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So anyway, now we get to more than just the decks that I played. Now we get to everybody's decks. And that leads us to the question of which color combination was played the most by all players this year. These are the top 4. 3 of them were played 11 different times, but 1 was played 17 different times.
I'm going D because I feel like I played against Orzhov like 3 times personally, so I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
How keeping the Orzhov players alive.
So I haven't ever played A or B on the channel, I don't think, but I also haven't played a lot of games on the channel. So I kind of feel like it's probably Orzhov up there too. I know I've done Esper, but I don't think I've contributed enough, so I'm going to say Orzhov as well.
Okay.
I'll stick with Orzhov mainly because some of the episodes that I've seen on the channel, I don't recall of too much Esper. Though obviously based on the numbers, there has been quite a bit. But I'm gonna go with Orzhov. So D.
I'm gonna go with D as well.
I
Either
really.
A.
Sorry, Doodle. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I wanted to say D, but now I want to be contrary. But I'm gonna feel real dumb if it's not D. So I'm gonna ban. No. Go with my gut. It's gonna be Rakdos.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So everybody.
Well, you're either gonna be the hero or you're gonna be the oddball.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the oddball. Don't worry about it.
All right. So everybody but
It's
Mort
A.
is on Orzhov, and Mort's on Rakdos. All right. Correct answer is Orzhov. Sorry, Mort.
No,
Dang it!
It's all good, bro.
Easy.
Sometimes the bandwagon is the correct answer.
Sometimes.
I'm getting kicked out of the Discord.
No.
All right. So those were the most played colors. Then we also have the least played colors. And in this case, there were 3 color combinations that were not played at all. They were all 4 colors, and one of these 4 was played exactly 1 time. So I'm asking you to find the 4 color combination that was played at some point this year.
I should probably know this. If I've played on the channel at least once this year, then it should probably be whitelist 4-color.
Are those Yidris's colors?
Yep.
Yeah, those are Idris's colors. And I know I play Idris, so if I played this year, it's that one. Otherwise, I'm wrong.
I know I played a Brea deck at least once.
I think the one that got played was the jeez, dude. This is crazy. Thinking.
I'm gonna lock in with A.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the
There's not
Kineos and
too many.
Tiro colors, yeah?
Yeah. Those the commanders from those colors don't really see too much play, so
Okay.
Sorta.
Yeah, like you mean like Omnath and Aragorn?
yeah.
Gotcha.
I
I think that's the one that has the most commanders, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah.
Weird.
And
Wonder
probably
why.
the something about those tutors just really hit different.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got an answer?
A seems the most logical to me as well, honestly.
I'll split the difference and go with B.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna hang on A. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had Mike and was it Mort on B?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Vintage,
Have it
Cole, and
upside
Doodle
down.
on A.
Okay. Thank you.
Correct answer, though, is B. Mike did play Yidris this year.
Oh, good. I'm glad I remembered.
Yeah, Brea did not show up.
Haven't
this
been
year.
on often, but
Last year.
Yeah, Brea did not show up this year. All right, next one. Which of these color combinations had the best win rate? So we're not counting the Yidris deck because it showed up in one game and it won that game, technically giving it a 100% win rate. So we're looking at any decks or color combinations that were played more than twice.
I am gonna go D for one specific card, but I won't say it.
Okay.
best win rate.
Best win rate.
It's a toughie.
As I said in the intro, I'm an Azorius boy, but I think I have to go with Sultai. I think that's D is the right answer.
Okay.
That sounds good. I'll go with D.
You know, we've learned that being contrarian doesn't seem to help. I want to, but I'm not. So I'll try D as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna break from the mold. Let's go with A.
Mono blue. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So everybody but Doodle on Sultai. Correct answer, though, is mono blue. So Doodle, you get your point. So
Yeah,
mono blue showed
yeah.
up in 4 games, and it won 3 of those games.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Single-handedly on the back of myself and Doodle. I believe we were the only people who played mono blue.
Yeah.
Mono blue is in fact very strong.
It is very good.
Especially when you're doing combos.
That is
Yeah.
accurate. All right. So our last question then in our color combinations category is one of the other options that has more than 4 possible answers because I couldn't find a good way to fit it onto one. Which of these color combinations never won a game? Or I'm sorry, reverse that. 5 of these color combinations never won a game. One of them got a single win.
I never put rice in my beans. Anyways.
Mm.
Single.
Doodle, did you get any wins with mono red this year?
I sure didn't. I don't believe.
Oh no!
This is a tricky one.
Oh.
It hurts me that I can't answer.
Okay, so based on one of my neighboring competitors, I do have a color bias. I'm gonna go with E, Jund.
Okay.
That's probably wrong, but you know what? We go fast out here. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
I respect that.
I feel like the red list 4 color, like B, probably got a W in there because I remember like I think there was Traxa and like Ishai and stuff in there this year somewhere. I don't know. I feel like one of those might have taken a W, so I'll go with that.
Okay. I think Atraxa showed up once. But I think Ishai Rayhan also showed up.
It's the Enchantress deck.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I am gonna just throw a stab in the dark and say Rakdos. F.
Okay.
I think my stab in the dark is also gonna be Jund. So E.
Yeah, this one's a bit of a toughie.
This one's tough.
Yeah, I kind of want to say Simic.
Simic, okay.
Say it.
Yeah.
Say it with your whole chest. Be confident.
You know what? Yeah, I absolutely believe in Simic.
Perfect.
They believe in
All right. So everyone's locked in. We got our answers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, it's a good thing Doodle was so confident because it's Rakdos.
Yes.
Nice.
I
Very
was
well done.
worried there for a minute. I wasn't getting any points for a sec. I started out strong, but all right, I'm feeling good again.
Yeah, Simic wound up, I believe, was 0-5. Mono Red was also pretty high up there. It was like 0-7 or 0-8.
Mhm.
Jund
Sounds right.
was lower. I think it was like 0-3. Mono Black about 0-5. The 4 color was just 0-1. It just played a single game. Or no, 0-2. Played 2 games. And then Rakdos was 1-11.
Wow.
Got a single win across 11 games.
Never stop.
Yeah, you got to get there.
Keep trucking, Rakdos.
What deck was that?
Oh boy, I don't even remember. I will
You didn't write that down?
figure that out. Like I said earlier, I can't access my notes for some reason. They are not loading, so I have all of this written down and
Put it in the comments.
cannot pull it up. So
Well, if the viewers want to find out, they can go through the Dungeon Learner's Guide catalog and find the video.
exactly,
The description and join our Patreon.
could do that as
For
well.
only $7.
like they only have to watch 12 videos to figure out which Rakdos deck won. Okay, it's fine. It'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. All right, so that's the end of the second category. So moving on to our third category, we have players, which does include everybody here, unfortunately, except for Mort. But going into this round, in 5th place currently is Cole with 2 points.
Ooh.
We have Mort with 3. Doodle and Vintage tied with 4. And then Mike has 5. Y'all ready for part
All
3?
right, man.
Mhm.
Let's do this. No guts, no glory.
Exactly. So, first question about our players this year is how many players appeared on the channel? And I specifically specified unique. So if you showed up in more than one game, you still counted as just one person.
Right.
So how many people played in games on the channel this year?
This includes the collab that you did with some other players.
It does.
That's wild.
That's growth. You know, that's very impressive. Let me think.
Lock in with A.
A. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Go ahead.
a lower number as well, just because I don't see a too many different people when I play. So I think it's probably A as well.
Okay, I'll be the oddball this time. I'm gonna say B. 24.
Safe answer.
I think screw it. I'll go B24 as well. Why not?
Oh man, no, I don't know. Now I don't know who to pick.
You could really throw them
I'm
out. Just
gonna-
pick C or D.
Oh man, I should pick D, but we saw how that worked last time I picked contrarian.
Do it.
So you know what? We're just gonna do it again. We're gonna go with C. We're not all the way on D. We're gonna go C.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, our correct answer for that one is C. So Mort,
Hey!
it worked out this time. You got it.
Woo, bro.
27 different people. And I think,
Wow.
yeah, not all from the Discord. I did show up on some other people's streams and things like that. So it did include those people as well. So it's a pretty big number.
Very cool.
And continuing with players on the channel, other than myself, of course, since I record the games, I have been in the most, which was 52. Who appeared the second most? This one did get spoiled in the Discord if people were paying attention, with 28 games.
I wasn't paying attention, but I think it's Doodle. Doodle,
Yeah.
am I right?
I think it's Doodle as well. A.
I feel like it's got to be Doodle.
Doodle is as Doodle does.
Yeah. I'll go and doodle on this one.
Yeah, it's Doodle.
You sound so disappointed, my man.
Yeah,
it,
because out
it
of
is
those
Doodle.
28 games.
It is Doodle. Everybody gets a point.
Thanks, Doodle.
Oh, yeah, no
Yeah,
problem.
thanks for the freebie, Doodle.
Yeah, you're a real
My
G,
pleasure.
man. Thanks.
All
I love
right.
those 28 games.
Yeah, it was a lot of games. More than half, technically.
One win.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get to that. Next question, though.
Oof.
Which player has the highest win rate? And this includes anyone who played more than 2 games, because there were multiple people who, if you just went 1-1 for your 2 games, it put you at 50%. So I excluded anyone with less than 2 games. But out of the players that are listed on the board, these are the 4 highest win rates, by the way. So these 4 players have the highest win rates.
Cole,
One of
alright,
them
yeah.
had 57% win rate.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Well, it's an honor to be included here on the screen. Compared to where I
He just kind of casually dunking all over us. No worries.
I feel, in my opinion, I feel like it's a split between Bilal and Cow.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those two. I'm gonna go with Angry Cow, D.
Okay.
Those was also my reasoning. So I guess I'll say Bilal just to mix it up.
I think I'm going Bilal too.
You gotta
Yeah.
represent yourself.
No, I know I didn't get 57. If I did, I just have horrible memory.
I have my stats right here, trust me.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Bilal as well.
Okay. So that was everybody for Bilal except for Mike.
Yeah, I said Cow,
You
D.
said Cal. Did I get
Yeah.
that right, though? Okay.
Yeah, I think everybody else said A.
All right.
Yeah.
So, Mike, the only correct answer there, it was Angry Cow, 57%. He won 8 of his 15 games, which was a
I just remember-
massive number.
Yeah, I distinctively remember in a lot of the videos when Cal was in the video, I remember him just taking the game. I just really remember that.
Every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
game I played with Cal, I think I've lost.
Yeah. Cow does a very good job of just like sneaking in at the end and winning.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I think Doodle, I believe you had like a 40% win rate.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, I'm sorry,
You
not
don't have to
Doodle.
lie to me like this.
I was looking at the
You
wrong
don't have
slide.
to
I was
sign out loud. It's
oof.
fine.
I'm sorry. Bilal had a 40% win rate. Or gosh, I'm still getting them wrong. Bilal had a 45%. Luke had a 43%, and Cole, you had about a 38%.
Okay, that sounds about right. Nice.
Representing single digits.
Yep.
A
Ayo.
Now we get to the
I'm probably with
fun slide, though.
percent.
We did the highest win rate. That does mean we got to do
Oh,
the
boy.
lowest.
Oh, here you come, Vintage.
Yeah.
Now, there were 2 players that played more than 2 games and never won a game. One of them
Okay.
was Chris from One More Game, who is someone that I joined in on a couple of his streams. But the other was someone in the Discord. So out of these
Okay.
players, one of them never won a game. Who was it?
I'm gonna go for my brother Vintage. See.
Ooh, that hurts me to my core. So,
And I'm-
Vintage has the inside scoop on his own wins and losses. So, he is confidently going to say, well, actually, I don't know who it is, but I don't think it's me. I'm going to say
Okay.
Sean.
Okay.
We gotta go lock in with.
Oh, wait.
Josh.
Yeah, I'm fine. Go ahead. I didn't want to spoil something for somebody, so, we're good.
Yeah, you're good.
Man, I really don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab in the dark at Josh.
That's
Okay.
kind of what I'm thinking. I'll do Josh.
And Doodle, I think you got a little cut off earlier. Who were you saying?
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go lock in with Josh.
Okay. Sounds good. So the correct answer there is Josh. So Vintage and Doodle obviously being able to rule themselves out, knowing that they at least won a game. Sean won a game, I believe, with the Get Rog Monster. Josh, unfortunately, 0-3 at the moment. Hopefully he can turn that around.
I believe in him.
What'd you win with Vintage?
You, baby.
Gerard.
Nice.
It was Gerard. I believe Vintage won the very first game he showed up in on the channel, and then we haven't seen him win since.
That is not true. Well, the video hasn't appeared yet.
Yes.
Oh, spoilers.
You have
Spoilers.
one, yes. But it is for a video that we have recorded and not put up yet.
And who knows what it will be?
Who's to say? All right. And then our last question in category 3 here. How many players had a 100% win rate because they won the only game that they appeared in? So I will say some of these people are in the Discord. They don't join in a ton of games. And then some were people that I played with on streams. So we're just looking for anyone who could have been involved in just a single game. How many of them won one game?
Okay. Well, judging by your vernacular, it can't be A based on your verbiage. So let's see here.
English major over here.
Who's to say? Nah, history major, man.
Um,
English is not my strong
I'll let
suit.
the rest of you guys go first, and I'll think it over.
I feel like I
Um,
don't know. I'll go see. Why not?
yeah, I mean, I feel like since it's people, that weren't necessarily in the Discord or somebody all of us may have never even seen play, that's a tough one. So I'm gonna go with the biggest number and say D. Say a lot of people just came in, dropped the mic, and walked away.
Okay.
Got my 100% win rate. I don't need to play anymore.
Retire on that 100%.
I went undefeated. I'm gonna go with C.
I'm torn between C and D, so I think I'm gonna go with D just because of the possibility of the crossovers and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. The crossovers are that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's the tough one. That's where the wrench gets thrown in.
Yeah, because then we got to consider on the crossovers how many did Zach win of those, because that factors into it.
And how many of those crossovers did they
Mm.
actually get 2 games in instead of 1?
Right.
Yeah.
Also accurate.
Hmm. Let's see. I will. You know what? I'm gonna say B. I'm gonna say 2.
Okay. All right. So our correct answer for that one is C. It was 3 people. So a point
Okay.
for, I believe, Doodle and Cole on that one.
You good?
All right. And again, that leads us to the end of our category 3. So we're going to get to this is the shortest category, category 4. There's only 3 questions in here. But the points going into this round, we have Vintage and Cole tied in 3rd. Nope, that's not how math works. Tied in 4th with 5 points. Mort with
I don't
6.
like the way math works. I liked it better.
Mike got 7. And then Doodle currently in the lead with 8. Pulled it back in that last round.
This is rigged.
Doodle's determined not to be banned. All right. So
Okay,
for
so I know that
commanders- Whoop, go ahead.
If Doodle loses, he gets banned, but if Doodle wins, does he ban everybody else? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's just Zach and Doodle playing games for the next year.
I finally get the mod roll.
Yeah, we have to put 2 cameras up for each of us. We're both playing 2 decks at the same time.
Good lord. Might as well throw some plane chase in there while you're at it.
Exactly. Every game starts with Monarch, Initiative, everything else.
Oh, it's like Wowzer.
Wowzer's in everyone's command zone all the time. All right. Anyway, moving on. We get to our first question for commanders. As we've done with every other category so far, is how many commanders appeared on the channel? And again, unique commanders. So if in a game of 4, 2 people are both playing Winota, that only counts as 1.
Okay.
So
What about the partner?
Every unique partner pairing counted as 1. So if you played Halana and Elena as partners, that would count as 1. But if you played Halana and Rograk as partners, that would be a separate partner pairing.
Okay, so parents count as 1. Okay,
Pairings
gotcha.
count as 1.
Well, I'm just going to jump out and immediately say I think that 202 is way high. Because even if you had 4 unique commanders every game, that's 208. And I know I haven't played a unique commander every game, and I'm sure everyone else hasn't. So I think D and probably C might even be too high. That's just my thinking, though.
Okay. See, there you go. There's that math coming in.
Yeah, I blanked out. What did I say?
I'm gonna. I'll just go ahead and I'll say B 181.
Okay.
So if we had a unique commander and commander pairing for each game, it would be 212. Which I know from the fact that I've played Dong Xiao way too many times that it's probably closer to A.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm torn between the 2. Can I do A.5 and say like
No.
176? No. Oh.
Sure, you know what? You can say 176.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, wait. I actually do want to try and win this. I'm.
What kind of game you're trying to play here, Vintage?
Yeah. Which everyone I can, honestly. I'll say. I think it's the lowest. I'm gonna say A as well.
will go A too. Why not?
So like,
No, wait. No, I want to say B. I was just fooling everyone into following behind me. I do want to swap to B, though. That is my lock-in final answer. B.
Vintage is the kid on the playground who starts losing a game and says, "Oh no, the rules work like this now."
Yeah, we were playing Calvin Ball.
Yeah.
oh wait, we can do that? Oh no.
I actually had a force field that makes it so none of my wrong answers count.
Exactly.
Nice.
My wrong answers count as right answers.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, 190 is sitting with me, and I realize that means that there's been like only 18 repeats, but I don't know. For some reason, that's really sticking with me. So I'm gonna go with C.
Okay.
Okay, that was everybody. Yep. Okay. So our correct answer then is A. Should have stuck with it,
Yeah.
Vintage.
Hubris.
Oh,
I keep shooting myself in the foot. Why do I do? I'm like, here's the right answer. Never mind.
Yeah. So I think
This isn't golf, man. Lowest score doesn't win.
no.
I don't
So-
want Doodle to get banned. He makes the Discord fun.
Aw.
So I know Cole.
But then I'll
got
be
that
banned,
one,
don't I?
right? I'm
Oh.
losing track of it.
I did.
Doodle, you got it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I just did one.
Okay.
Okay.
So now, if you were able to math that out, though, here's your fun math part: is if those are unique commanders, how many commanders were played more than once this year? And it's literally any commander that showed up at least twice. And to make your math even more complicated, there were a handful that showed up 3 times.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'll say A, 14.
I'll go with B, 26.
I too will say B, 26.
I'm also say B, 26.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with C, 31.
Okay. All right. Our correct answer
We're-
is C, 31.
Hey,
Nice.
Booyah.
well
It's
done.
just they got to play the contrarian, man. That's how you get there.
I mean, you get there eventually, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So our last question.
Look,
then
everything's a
in the-
50-50.
Exactly. Last question in the commander category is only 3 commanders got 2 or more wins this year. But which one did not? So out of these 4, 3 of them got 2 or more wins.
Okay.
The other one got 1 or less.
Hmm.
If we're... Go ahead.
No, I don't want to. You go ahead.
Okay. I was gonna say, piggybacking on a previous question, I feel like it should be C, since it's the one Sultai commander I'm seeing.
Well, A is
Yeah,
the
I was-
Sultai commander.
Yeah. C is Abzan.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I'll stick with my answer and stay C.
Okay.
I
Nope.
personally feel like the Mothman has cleaned house. I don't know why. Anytime I've played with it elsewhere, I always lose to it. So I think the Mothman's out of the equation.
Mm.
I want to say it's also. I think it's also Merkel as well.
I think I was the only one that lost with Mothman, so I'm gonna go with C as well.
Okay.
I know I lost to Merkel once, so I'm just trying to think if like it had another game that Cal won with it or someone else.
I will say all of these commanders were played at least twice. I didn't throw any in there that only played a single game. They've all had the chance
Yeah,
to get 2 or more wins.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go Ishin. I'll go B.
Okay.
Oh man. I want to say Miracle because I can only think of one, but yeah, let's go with it. We'll go with C.
All right. Everybody got their votes in?
Yep.
All right, correct answer is Ishin.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Ishin wound up
Good job,
0
Cody.
and 3 this year. Ishin did not get a
Really?
single win. Mothman did
I
clean
mean-
house, going 3 and 4. So 3 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah.
Three out of 4. Merkul and Guillaume were both 2 and 0.
I must have been remembering a previous year because I feel like I guess I was thinking wrong.
Yeah,
They all run together.
shows up pretty much consistently every year. And I'm pretty sure last year Ishin was the top commander. So how far he has fallen.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably because everybody knows what he's trying to do.
Yeah, Ishin's a good commander. All right, so
Tired of
that
him.
leads us out of category 4. Like I said, the shortest one. Category 5 and category 6 are the only 2 left over. They are the 2 longest. They're both more than 5 questions because they involve a lot of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
the points going into this final round, we have Vintage with 5. Then we have Cole, Mort, and Mike all tied with 7. And Doodle with 9.
Okay.
So it is still anyone's game. Vintage can still claw his way back up there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I will. That was my
I
strategy
believe
the
you.
whole time.
Alright.
That's how I play Magic.
Always an underdog.
All right, so here's
It's never over till your library becomes zero, or you have no library.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scoop on this one. Actually, you know what?
just leaves the Discord call. So a quick secret trivia question. Does anyone remember the card that was played the most this year? I mentioned it in Discord a little while back. It's also probably an easy one to guess if you don't know.
Is it Soul Ring?
Card ever played.
It is Soul Ring. It's always Soul Ring. So Soul Ring was the
Hands
most
down,
played
Soul
card
Ring.
this year. However,
Uh-huh.
how many unique copies of Soul Ring were played across all games
Ooh.
and all players? How many players played at least one Soul Ring on the table? That's probably not the right way to word that
Ooh.
question, but you know what I'm saying.
So are you counting copies?
So if we're in a game and Cole plays a Soul Ring, it gets blown up and he gets it back out of his graveyard and plays it again, that still only counts as one copy of the card.
What if I copy his Soul Ring and play my own Soul Ring?
We're only talking like physical physical cards,
I
physical
got you.
Soul Ring cards,
I got you.
and they are all unique.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you think there's been a Soul Ring every single game that's been played?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, surely there's like at least one that like everyone just had a fair Magic, right? You know,
I feel like I remember seeing him in most games I've played.
this is true though. Yeah.
You also got to keep in mind that there are probably games where no one played a Soul Ring, but there's also games where multiple people played a Soul Ring.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to go with C, 73.
I'm gonna choose the big one because I mean, if you assume at least a couple of people drop a Soul Ring per game, you know, I'll say D.
D just
cool.
like averages out to like 2 a game, right? Is my math wrong?
Roughly,
close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, approximately.
Yep.
That just seems so big though.
It does, yeah. Scared.
Mm.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
C as well.
I'm gonna try with B. I think it'd be really cool if every single game there's been a Soul Ring.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Doodle and go B.
Okay. So that is the correct answer. It is 53.
That's really
And there's only 52 games. So statistically, there were more Soul Rings played than games.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Because there were quite a few games where 2 or 3 people played a Soul Ring.
Mm-hmm.
when.
Okay, so
I'm just waiting for the game where Vintage copies one and then plays his own.
Yeah. So when are we getting together again?
Or somebody plays a theft effect and steals a
Yeah,
soul
I'm
ring from
actually just
the
gonna build a
library.
copy ring deck. Yeah.
So for the next couple of questions, I'm going to give you guys a category of cards, and I'm going to ask you which of these cards was the most played. So for this next one, for example, we have green ramp spells. These 4 green ramp spells are the top 4 most played green ramp spells. But I want you to try to tell me which one was played the most. And this is every player in every game. And obviously, I don't know if it was showing up in people's decks, but which of these were cast in a game of Commander or seen in a game? Maybe it got milled or discarded or something, but it showed up.
I'm gonna jump out first this time. I'm just gonna say Farseek. I feel like Zach is constantly casting Farseek anytime he has green. I I think that's gonna. Yeah, I'm going with Farseek.
This might be a little too expensive at like $1. I'm
It
gonna
is
say
roughly
A.
$1.
I want to say C, mainly because I feel as though Kadama's Reach has more recent reprints than Cultivate does, outside of like Secret Layers, which I would think would be a more accessible budget option. So I'm going to go with C.
I'm going A for Cultivate.
Yeah, I'm stuck. Strangely, not between Cultivate and Kodama's Reach, but between Cultivate and Farseek.
No birds
So I
believers.
think- Nah, I'm not a Birds believer. I'm sorry.
It's not a budget option.
But I played it at least once.
Yeah, it doesn't just count my decks. It does count everybody else's as well.
Yeah.
Play the most.
I'm gonna say Cultivate.
Okay. So Doodle, Cole, and Mort on Cultivate, Vintage, and Mike on Farseek. Oh no, I'm sorry. Vintage on Farseek, Mike on Kadama's Reach.
Yes.
All right.
Let's do it.
Is Cultivate.
Ah,
It was Cultivate. Not by a huge margin, but it was actually the order they were in was their order of most played. It went Cultivate, Farseek, Kadama's Reach, Birds.
Okay.
Don't think that's going to help you for the
Kadama's
other
Reach
ones,
is-
though.
Oh man,
Kadama's Reach is actually still over $1.
No, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
It's because it's arcane. It's technically a strictly better Cultivate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. In the same theme, still talking ramp. This time, though, Mana Rocks. Which of the following Mana Rocks was played the most this year?
I feel like it's got to be one of the 2-cost ones.
And again, just to
Okay.
this is going to be the same theme for all of these questions. These are the top 4.
Yeah.
I'll say D. Mind Stone.
I think it's gonna be Felwar Stone B.
Okay.
As we'll see.
Yeah, I'm torn between Felwar and Thought Vessel.
And I'm sorry, Doodle, you said which one?
Thought Vessel. C.
Thought Vessel. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I got the right
I'm-
answers written
I'm-
down.
I'm going Mind Stone. I'll go with you.
Yeah, I feel like people love no max hand size, so I'm going to say Thought Vessel.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Zach play more Thought Vessels than I have anyone else.
Okay, and then Cole, what did you say?
I said Mind Stone. I'm going D.
Mindstone, okay. All right. So for this one, it is Mindstone.
Let's
It is
go.
Mindstone. And I'm not going to lie to you, this one was very heavily influenced by my decks. I put Mindstone in almost everything. Because it is
your
Yeah.
channel.
it is significantly cheaper than Thought Vessel and Felwar Stone.
And who doesn't like drawing cards?
Exactly. All right, our next category of cards is removal spells. And in this case, we are including targeted removal, board wipes, and counter spells. These are, once again, the top 4 cards that were the most played. But which one got played the most?
These are spicy.
I'm gonna say B
I'm
and
gonna
be a
say
hipster.
I'm gonna say C. Red's biggest believer. I cast that thing so many times.
I feel like I've been on the receiving end of a lot of swords, so I'm going to say A.
I remember the most Chaos Warps, so I'm gonna go B.
Okay.
I think it's probably going to be swords. That's my guess is A.
All right. So before I give you the answer, though, this does also show us that the most popular board wipe was Blasphemous Act. The most popular counterspell was Negate. Again, my statistics skewed Negate quite a bit. I think out of it was played like 9 times. I think 6 of them were me. So I'm a Negate believer. I'm not a Swords to Plowshares believer, though, but everybody else is.
Oh boy. Okay.
So
Hey,
it is Swords
I
to
told you, you
Plowshares.
guys have victimized me with that thing.
Yeah, I'm not a big
Yeah,
fan of
cheaper.
that card, but
We put it into the ground. Yeah, makes sense.
it is good.
It is good. Very
All right.
efficient.
Now we get to, I think, my personal favorite trivia question. This is one that I did post in the Discord, but I did not post the answer to it. Which of the following creature spells were played the most this year? And once again, these were the top 4 creatures when we're counting unique printings of a card.
I can't believe that Doodle, you pushed Colossal Dreadmaw this high.
I'm gonna go with the 13 Dreadmaws.
The fact that
Yeah.
Colossal Dreadmaw is in here at all is 100% because of Doodle.
I'm going with C. Like, no matter what. If I'm wrong, I don't care.
I feel like I kind of have to agree on this one. See, I've seen a lot of Dreadmaws.
I'm
That was
also
way
going-
more Dreadmaws than I was expecting in any game at all.
I'm going to go with Sun Titan just to be contrary. Y'all know me at this point.
Okay.
Right.
But it's going to be the Dreadmaw.
In your heart, it's the Dreadmaw.
That's right.
And Cole, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I'm going with Dreadmaw. I want to go with Jin because I think it's hilarious that he's there, but I'm going to go Dreadmaw.
All right. As much as I hate to admit this, it is Colossal Dreadmaw.
Yeah. That 13 Dreadmaw episode was amazing. It was so amazing.
God. It was the only game that Colossal Dreadmaw showed up in. There just happened to be 13 of them.
That is
Oh my
impressive.
God.
I believe Sun Titan showed up around 11 times. Birds of Paradise was about 8, and then Jin was about 5.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Doodle, why?
Listen, it's great stats for great mana.
No, it's not.
It's really good stats.
I
Officially
swear
It has
outcast.
trample.
It's got,
that jank deck had a place in my heart, man. It was just insane.
Best card of the game.
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
you're not wrong. Oh my goodness.
wonderful.
Okay. So our next question, because like I said, this category does have more than 5 questions, is another one that honestly I apologize in advance for. How many unique non-land cards were played across
Ugh.
all games this year?
Wow.
Huh. Some math for us.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna throw myself out there. I'm gonna go with a fairly decent year of 1994. So C.
I'm looking towards the future with that 2028.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm going D.
Ooh.
Hmm.
I also am going to choose C on this one. No reasoning. just not like the number.
Mhm.
Okay, we're gonna go with the good old USA, 1776. USA.
USA.
All right. So we have
Actually, I've kind of. Oh man, I've talked myself out of it because now it's a bit.
a bit too memey.
It's weird that it's a bit weird that the history major has put up some historical dates.
I would never.
Yeah, I might have got.
Did you want to switch?
Hey, if you got me, you got me.
No, I'm fine. I'm good with it.
All right. It is 2028. So point
Nice.
for Doodle, point for Cole.
Nice.
Yeah. So the 1994
Like a
was just
spiritual point.
yeah. 1994 was just the year I was born, and then
I was about to
1776.
ask, but I didn't want to ask.
yeah, got that big 3-0 this year.
Congratulations. Not
Thank
a
you.
lot of people have made it to that age.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. All right. One last question for this category. We have lands. And I couldn't come up with a lot of great questions for the lands, but I could come up with this one. Other than Command Tower, which was played 37 times, which land was played the most?
Ooh, these are some good ones too.
Ooh.
And
These
they're
are all really good choices.
They're all colorless. They can go in any deck.
Ugh, hmm.
Path of Ancestry in my Kozilek deck.
I mean, technically could. It's not going to do anything, but you could.
It's there for
I'm gonna
the
say
that.
I'm gonna say D, Myriad's Landscape. I do recall of you bringing it up numerous times in your episodes.
I think I'm also going to go with. Yeah, I think I'm
Um,
also going to go with that one, just because it's great fetch. I use it. You use it. We all use it. I'm going to say Myriad Landscape.
I think it's in like
I'm just
every
gonna-
single one of my decks. I'm going to go with Myriad as well.
I'm gonna plug my favorite land and just say it's Rogue's Passage.
Man, I hate Myriad Landscape so much. I don't want that to be the answer. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna guess Exotic Orchard, but I'm gonna be sad when it's Myriad Landscape.
We'll see.
All right. Our correct answer then is Exotic Orchard. It was not
Wow.
Myriad Landscape. I think Exotic Orchard probably sees play in more multicolored decks than Myriad Landscape typically does.
Yeah.
So point for
That's
Mort.
True.
But Exotic Orchard, I believe, got played 29 times. And then Path of Ancestry, Path of Ancestry was about low 20s. And then Rogue's Passage and Myriad Landscape were both around 14.
Oh wow. Oh, well.
I will
That is
also
pretty
say-
low because.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying. I agreed with everybody. Like it did seem like Landscape was played a bunch.
Right.
Yeah, I put Landscape in every single deck that I make, except for 5-color decks. And
Right.
I think I accounted for like 8 of those 14 times.
Yeah, I'm probably a good chunk of the Rogue's Passages. I think I've got that down a lot.
Yeah, that is a very common land as well. Okay, so that brings us to the end of category 5, and we get to part 6, which is random fun facts. And this is the longest category. There are 10 questions in here. And
Everybody strap in.
It's also the final category. So this is your last chance to get some points.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, we have Cole with 11 points. Mort with 12. Oh, apparently I'm going out of order. Mike with 9.
Yeah, but I was like, there's no way I have more than them.
Doodle with
Ooh.
13. And Vintage with a whopping 7.
I had 7 last time. I know I got one right, but between now and then, I'm calling BS.
I don't think you did. I don't think you did.
I got the no. I know I had one extra one. We're gonna have to review the tape because
no.
you said
He absolutely got Dreadmaw.
Yeah,
Because everybody
I-
but me got Dread
Oh,
Maw.
you're right. You're right. He did get.
Right.
I know. Yeah, I'm about to say I know him
Vintage has
at least at 8.
Vintage has 8. I feel like I could put you to 9 and it'd still be fine.
It's okay. Yeah, I can make it with 8. I'll make it work.
All right. I mean, technically, if you get all 10 right, that puts you at 18. That is more than anybody else has right now.
Yeah, just
That
don't
assumes
get
everybody
any
else
more
knows that, you know.
correct, guys.
Get less right.
All right, we're throwing for Vintage. Got it.
All right. Here we go. First question, though. Which position had the most wins across all games? So, sitting down at a game for Commander, you're either going first, second, third, or fourth. Which of those spots got the most wins?
So thinking about the setup of the program. What's the program called? I'm blanking.
Spell table?
Spell table.
Thank you. The position of spell table, clockwise from top left, you got first, second, third, fourth.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna say C, third, which would be the bottom right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's also my answer.
Okay.
Going off personal experience, pretty sure my wins were while I was in the first position. And I feel like I've gotten beat up on a lot by the fourth position. So I'm going to say fourth. I think fourth is going to take it. Because I know I don't have... it's definitely not me with all my wins. So.
Last year, third was the most popular, but I think second might have it this year.
I feel like the answer should be first, right? Like that's the thing that people complain about, I guess, in more competitive circles. But like, it doesn't feel like that's true on the channel. So I think I'm gonna go with second. I think that is right.
Technically, first place had the most wins, you know?
Oh shoot, you're right.
Technically. Wouldn't it suck if that was how I was actually judging this question?
No,
Uh,
All right, so we had Doodle and Mort for second, Mike and Cole for third, and then Vintage for fourth, right?
Sir.
All right.
Yes.
So your correct answer is third. Once again,
Let's go.
I'm pretty sure that I've been tracking stats for like 4 years now. Every single year it's been third. Whoever goes third in a game is most likely to win. I think it has been that way every single year.
I just remember the games that I've watched in your videos. That bottom right corner is you always say, winning such and such the game.
Yep.
So
That is a very common phrase.
So for future second games that we play for the channel, we're going to have to, instead of going first, go third.
You get third. Yeah. But in terms of like the actual order, so third won the most, and then it was actually fourth, then second, then first.
Oh, interesting.
First was at the bottom. And I think, I want to say probably the reason for that is you get the first opportunity to win, which means that people haven't spent their counters or their answers yet.
That makes sense.
That would be my best guess. All right. In terms of the games that were played, what was the average turn length across all games played this year? So this is if a game went to 10 turns, we would count it as like a 10.0, but we're averaging out all the turns, so we have a weird percentage decimal number. But do we think it's roughly 9 turns, 10 turns, 11 turns, or 12 turns?
Honestly, it's nice to see all these big numbers. I've been seeing a lot of people say that the game ends in 6 turns, so...
Right.
Not if I'm playing.
And that's including players in the pod that are running relatively higher powered decks. That this is still the average.
That is correct.
So that's good to see.
I'd say... I think I'm going to go with A on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with B 10, 10, 10, B 10. We'll just say 10.
Yeah, I know that betting against Doodle at this point is wrong, but I think it's a little bit longer. I feel like 10 is right.
I
Doodle?
also felt
Yep.
like 10 is right, but he did just mention the luck of the doodle. So I'm I'm gonna drop it. I was gonna say B, but I'm gonna drop it down to A.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Cole, I think I lost your comment there
yeah.
again.
Oh, I'm at A. I'm at
You're
A.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So our answer for that one is 10.13. So you
Let's
should've
go.
stuck with the, voting against the luck of
Yeah,
the doodle.
yeah. This is gonna be the running theme. I should have stuck with it. I know I would have the win. Right? I would
You
be
probably
so
would have
far
the
in the
win.
lead.
You got to stick with your gut, man. All right,
My gut
so
hurts.
Mike,
from
I
Mort,
knew
just
as
a point from Mort.
Mike, I knew as soon as Vintage went off of B that we had it.
Exactly. I know, right?
Brutal. All right. Our next one is going back to Commanders. Oops,
Nice.
I lied. Not yet. We're not back at Commanders yet.
Okay.
Still on turn length.
Okay.
The shortest game of the year was 5 turns. So we did have some very short games. But what was the longest game? 15, 16, 17, or 18 turns?
Oof. Mm.
I'm going to be honest with you; these are some wild numbers.
Yeah, they're huge numbers. I will also let you know only one of them is a number that actually happened. The other 3 are completely made up.
Oh, so it just worked out that way, huh?
Since I'm just got a miserable streak going here, I'm gonna tell everybody the wrong answer so they can, then choose around that. I'm gonna say C.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Thanks, Tom.
absolutely,
I'm gonna go with C.
100%. Yeah. Yes, I'm trusting my gut. 100% C. There you go, gentlemen.
I'll go with Vintage and say C because I'm crazy.
Look, if Vintage is trusting his gut, I'm going to trust him. It's C at 17.
No, I
Guys,
don't believe you.
I'm about to say thank you. I'm kind of feeling some pressure now.
I think C is probably around that answer.
I mean, they're all around the same number, kind of. I mean, it's not too far off. I'm gonna go B.
Okay. So everybody but Cole on 17.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, I'm ready for regret.
Correct answer is 18.
Oh,
See,
dear.
I told you guys at the beginning. I said it's the wrong answer.
He did
Yeah,
say
but
it
then
was
you
the
said
wrong answer.
you were 100% right.
He said
I
I
said it was
wrong.
I said I was 100% trusting my gut.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
every time you don't trust your gut, that's when you don't pick the right answer. So we thought we were overthinking. Oh
See,
man,
I think I just picked wrong answers no matter what is the
Look,
real
I was-
situation.
Look here, I was just being a good friend. That's all I was doing. I was being a
Yeah,
good
and I
friend.
appreciate
wanted
the
to-
moral
I wanted, to
support.
I wanted to validate Vintage's freaking opinion.
Thank you, man. I would have left by now, but I got people looking out for me.
There you go.
Anytime, brother, anytime.
So,
So,
what was
yeah,
that
so-
nightmare game?
So that game was the one where I played the War Doctor phasing deck. And Luke tried to kill me for like 6 turns in a row, and I kept phasing out his win condition and then doing nothing on my turn. And it dragged the game out so long. And he still killed me. He still won. But there were no games that went 15, 16, or 17 turns. 18 was the
Gotcha.
outlier. The longest after that was 14. So it was definitely the outlier of the bunch. But if you want a long game to go back and watch, the War Doctor. All right, let's see. Now we get to move on to Commanders.
Okay.
Looks like I may have messed up my slides here, but we're going to do this one. Which of the following commanders did not knock someone out with commander damage this year? And it says part 1, There should be two parts, but looking at my notes, I may have messed it up and I may have accidentally deleted part 2. So we're just gonna only do this one.
Roll with it.
Oh man, dude. Ugh. Why
I'm gonna say B to win.
I think it's going to be D, Fibblethip. I don't really see him swinging a whole lot, you know? He's just there for his functionality. I'm going to say D.
That's why it scares me.
This is true. Yeah.
You're looking at all these Voltron commanders, and then Fibblethip is also here.
I'm sure Dragon Commander KO'd somebody with Mothman, so I know that's not it. It's just like, so you're freebie there. That's pretty obvious, but geez, dude.
I was the only person that played Sir Gwyn this year.
Were you, Doodle?
It might have been.
Did you kill someone with the commander damage?
Sure.
He's using insider knowledge to sway the results in his favor.
Right.
That's why he's in first.
This is true, yeah. Well, he's in over half the games. I think he knows a little bit more than we do.
That is also accurate.
All right, I'm gonna guess Fibblethip. I can't imagine a world where you commander damage somebody with that little idiot.
I can. It's happened.
I don't know. I believe in the magic. I'm gonna go with Sisei.
Got by all three of these ones.
Yeah, I made this one hard on purpose. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's B, isn't it?
I don't know. Is that your
Only
final
time
answer?
will tell.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
All right, so we had Doodle and Mike on Sir Gwyn, and then everybody else on Fibblethip. Oh no, someone said Sisei.
I was on Sisei.
Cole's on Sisei. Okay. All right. Well, our correct answer is Sir Gwyn. Sir Gwyn
Let's
did
go.
not knock anyone out with commander damage. The other 3 all got 3 commander damage kills.
I'm disgusted with myself.
Oh my
Well,
god!
the thing is, when it comes to like Mardu, like commander damage kills tends to be really tough because a lot of the commanders, like you have to jump through a lot of hoops to ensure that they can get the damage in against 3 other players. In addition, the few commanders that do have some amount of evasion in those colors are cards like Kalia, where it's usually the other creatures that are doing the damage. So yeah.
But yeah,
Was
so
knocked out by Sisei and the Mothman. And I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
that Fibblethip game was just that one turn you cast like 15, 20 spells, did some wacky things, and I never got the blood deck going.
Yeah. Sir Gwyn did not get off
Yeah.
the ground this year. Mothman, it took 2 games for it to hit 3 knockouts. It got 1 knockout in one game and 2 in another. Sisei went 3 for 3 in the one game it was in, and Fibblethip went 3 for 3 in the one game it was in. Because I literally played like Prophet's Eidetic Memory, put 20 +1/+1 counters on it, and then bounced everybody else's permanents. So I just smacked somebody one turn, and then smacked somebody else the next turn, and then the third turn. Fibblethip.
Man, I gotta watch that episode again. I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah, you can blame not Doodle. You can blame Vintage for that one.
Yes.
I don't know about other people's Fibblethip, but I know freaking Zach's Fibblethip hits like a freaking truck. So
Yeah, my personal Fibblethip is literally just Voltron Fibblethip.
Mhm.
All right, so it looks like I did accidentally delete the part 2 of this. There were 3 other commanders that got commander kills this year. We also had Multani Maro Sorcerer. We had Hope of Giripur and Yidris Maelstrom Wielder were the other 3. But
Okay.
for some reason that slide vanished, and I don't know where it went to. So anyway, we're gonna skip
Darn.
The answer was C. I get a point.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can even see we skipped straight from 4 to 5 or 4 to 6. We have
Right.
6 infinite combo wins this year, but only one player did it twice. Who was it?
Ooh.
So out of these 4, these are the only 4 players that got an infinite combo win, but one person did it twice.
Hmm.
Well, I'm pretty
There
sure
was-
Zach did it to me once.
I was also going to say, yeah, there's also one other player who did get an infinite combo win, but Barbas and I believe it was KJ both got infinite combo wins. But I only put one of them on here.
Right. Hmm.
I definitely lost a
Well,
lot in the
So now we just gotta go off of averages. Zach would
So-
win every game.
Does anyone know if Zach went off on them while I wasn't there?
That's kind of what we're trying to figure. Hmm. Oh boy, let's see.
Yeah, this is a tough
I'm
one.
gonna go B.
I know Bilal uses combo decks a lot, but I don't know. But I guess, but that's why these names are here because yes, everybody's in these ones. Huh. Well, if
I'm
I'm
just
wrong,
gonna-
I'm wrong. I'm gonna stick to my guns. I'm gonna say Bilal.
Yeah,
So
I'll
B.
also be sticking to my guns. Since I know Zach did it to me once, I'll say he probably did it again. I mean, when it was Zach.
Hmm.
Zach doesn't really like playing infinites. He accidentally into the one for the Hope of Gearport game.
I did. And that is not counted in here because I did not
Yeah.
use it to win.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I'm going to go with Bilal.
Okay.
I feel like Bilal has done it a couple times with like maybe I'm thinking of a different person, but I thought Bilal has done it a couple times with like aristocrat style decks. So I'm gonna go with B.
Okay. So everybody says Bilal except for Vintage, which says me.
Hmm.
All right.
Yes, sir.
It was me.
Ah, good job, Vintage.
I,
Way to go.
I trusted my gut.
You did.
I
You
did it for
trusted your
once.
Well,
I,
I
just,
mean,
I feel like you did it to me back to back. Like I feel like we played one game, you went off on me, we started another one, and then you just did it again with a completely different deck. Who
gut.
knows?
I don't remember what they were. Again, this is another. My notes disappeared. But yeah, it was me. I pulled it off twice. If you want to know exactly what they were, they are all in the stats that I will make sure to post as well. Actually, you know what? I can just pull that up right now and I can just say it. We'll just say it. So for the infinite combos, I won the Othari game. I actually beat Mike with it. I put a Breath of Fury on a Handwear Garrison, so I took infinite combat steps.
I remember that.
Yep.
I remember that.
Barbas won his game with Witherbloom Apprentice and Chain of Smog. Sean won his with Food Chain and Squee.
Nice.
KJ made infinite mana with Basalt Monolith and Forsaken Monument, and then used Golem Artisan to draw his deck and win. My second combo win was Narumeha and Ghostly Flicker to make infinite blue mana, and then I Blue Sun Zenith made my opponents draw their decks. And then Bilal's infinite
That's the one
combo was Luminous Broodmoth, Solemnity, Zulaport Cutthroat, and Bartolome as a sacrifice outlet. But that was it. There was only 6 infinite combo wins this year. Not a ton.
Might be a testament on the format.
Yeah. Also, the answers are getting a lot better.
Yeah, true. Very true.
All right. Question 7. There were 10 extra turns taken this year, 5 of them by the same player. Who was it?
Hey, Mike, did you take 5 extra turns?
I'm gonna say C, Mike. I'm neither gonna confirm nor deny. I tell you. Oh, fun little tidbit. No, I won't say that. I'm not gonna out anybody. I'm just gonna leave it at that. C, Mike, myself.
It's an extra turns deck.
Yeah, I feel like I should probably just go with the pod consensus here and say Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is the greatest troll ever if Mike didn't do it, and then he just picked himself to lose us all a point, but I'm going to go with Mike.
Look, I deserve it if it's not me, okay?
That's fair. All right, so everyone's locking in Mike as their answer. All right, so I will say these are the 4 players that did take extra turns this year. But Mike did take 5 of those extra turns.
Yeah, Ydra's turns, just land a hit, get cascade, and just cascade into the extra turn spells. And yeah.
It's a Kaikar game.
One of them was a Kaikar game.
Also, Emergent Ultimatum to drag out 2 extra turn spells and Jinka taxes.
Yep.
The copy spell Jinka taxes. Yeah, it was pretty nutty.
Yeah. So the total extra turns. I this is a stat that I want to make sure to point out because I think it's fun. Mike, you took the 5 extra turns. 1 with Kaikar, like we mentioned, and 4 with Yidris. And then Bilal took 1 with his Rashmi deck. I took 1 with the War Doctor deck, the same one that went 18 turns. And then the other extra turns that were taken, I took 3 total extra turns. 2 of them were because of someone else's Emrakul. One of them being Mike's.
Oh.
And then
right.
The extra turn that Angry Cow took was because he stole Mike's Alrune's Epiphany. So there were 10 extra turns taken, but 7 of them were because of Mike.
Nice.
So I think that's a fun fact.
You monster.
I love that.
I accept that with a badge of honor.
All right.
The Mike's known for his turns, and I'm known for the Dreadnoughts.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we all have our own power levels.
I'm known for being here.
And appreciated.
You are appreciated, Vintage. You really are.
Thanks, guys. You too. This is very wholesome.
Very wholesome. All right, so we got 3 more questions, and then we're wrapping things up. So our 8th question, which player did not self-destruct this year? And these would be players losing to their own cards. It could be because they didn't know an effect was going to happen, or someone stole their card and killed them with it. Something about their deck wound up killing themselves. But one player did not have that happen.
Now, did it have to deal the actual last final blow, or did it just have to get you there?
It dealt the final blow.
Okay.
Cole, how about some of that insider info?
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Zach, how about some of that insider info?
Not a chance, my dude.
Can't rely on Zach on this one. I'm gonna go with. This is probably wrong, but I'm gonna go with Bilal D.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tyler. See?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tyler as well on C with Doodle.
My reasoning was also Tyler, mostly because I don't know that I've ever seen them play. So, well, it's a wild card.
Yeah,
I'm choosing
there's
Tyler.
someone I got in some streams with at the very beginning of the year.
I'm gonna go with Cole, but honestly, I don't remember if I did or not. Like, I
He just
know
wants to believe.
I'm reckless with my life total in Marchesa, but I don't think I actually ever did the final damage to myself. I got myself down to one like twice, but
Hmm.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Everybody got their answers, right? I'm not missing anyone?
Think so.
Okay. So our correct answer in this case is Balal. He did not self
Let's
destruct this year.
go.
So for Tyler, I had an Impact Tremors on my side of the board, and he reality shifted my creature when he was at 1 life. So,
Oh, jeez.
Oh, whoops.
yeah.
Indeed.
And then for me, I actually self destructed twice. Once was when Cole cast I believe it was Rise of the Dark Realms, when I had a Witty Roastmaster in my graveyard, and just burned out the table. And then Balal stole my mob rule and then stole my creatures and then hit me with them to kill me. And
Nice.
Cole, you cast a Plumb the Forbidden when you were at 1 life. And
Oh
lost
yeah,
life
I
because of
remember
it. And died.
Aw.
that. I remember that. Yeah, fun times, fun times.
Good times. All right. Our next question. How many total board wipes were cast this year?
Hmm.
And this is one
Mm.
that if someone played like a Blasphemous Act and then later in the game recurred it and cast it again, that does count as 2 board wipes having been cast. So now we're not
Okay.
looking at specific like physical cards, just board wipes cast. And the way that I would determine board wipes for the determination of statistics is anything that's removing multiple or at least half of the permanents it's intending to remove. So, in case you're curious, I did include Aetherize as a board wipe if it removed more than half of the creatures.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
So there was one game we played where it was just board wipe tribal, and I had my board presence was pretty much like 2 lands. So I know there's been a lot that have made their way through sometimes. I'm gonna just throw a stab at B65.
I'll say A57.
I'm really thinking C73.
Same. I remember casting like 2 or 3
Yeah,
farewells one game.
I'm going with 73 as well.
Yeah, 73.
Okay.
I'm immediately regretting my decision.
Correct answer 73.
Okay.
There were
What?
a lot of board wipes.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of board wipes. And again,
Probably
there's
right.
most games had at least one. There were a handful that didn't have any, but there were games that had quite a few. Really quick, if I look at my remaining notes, there was one game that included 5 board wipes.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of them in there. But that was the most
So if you're
common
running
game.
white, you might.
Do you know which game
You
that
might
was?
want to run
Was the
your
one with
flare
the Ivy?
spell.
Yeah.
Oop, hang on, give me just a second. I can look. That was. Oh my goodness.
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. That was so the game with the 5 board wipes was the game where both Bilal and I were playing Massacre Girl in the command zone.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I had the original and he had the new one, but we still had the same idea.
Was I in that game?
I have no idea. I do not know.
Fantastic.
You
Moving
gotta go
on.
to the channel and watch the video.
Anyways, yeah, if you guys go to the Dungeon Learner's Guide,
No, it looks like that game was me, Jason, Sean, and Bilal.
nice.
All right. Everybody ready for the last question?
Already.
My
All right,
comeback.
I believe you. This is the fun one.
This is 20 points, right?
Which of the following tax effects were paid for the most this year? So if Smothering Tithe triggered and someone paid for it, we're counting that as, we paid for it. If we didn't pay for it, then, we're counting it as we didn't pay for it. So what percentage of triggers were paid for the most? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
B, since it's the easiest to pay.
Which one of you paid for the one with Mystic Remora? I want to know.
Yeah, I was gonna say nobody paid for Mystic Remora, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I don't even know if I've seen a Mystic Remora played, but
I'll also go with geez. Because I think out of all of these, like what the highest price tag is what, Esper Sentinel?
Or that's got the highest price tag, but it's also the one that sees the most play.
It does see the most play. Hmm.
I'll say Esper Sentinel.
Hmm. Interesting.
For a fact, there was a Ristic Study game where I had one out, and I feel like y'all paid for it a good bit. I just don't know. Just the percentage wise is why it's tough.
I'm gonna say B, Ristic Study.
Yeah, I think it's got to be between Ristic Study and Esper Sentinel. And I think I'm gonna have to go with Ristic Study. I think it's a little more ubiquitous.
Right, because it comes down later, unless you get that one player that gets it on turn one because they have the nut draw.
Right.
With Smothering Tithe, that's not going to be just a one-time thing. You're going to be wheeling it.
Yeah, I'll go Ristic Study too.
Okay. So everybody said Ristic Study then?
I said Esper Sentinel.
Okay.
Oh, here it is. It's his redemption. It's gonna be Esper Sentinel.
My swan song
Yeah,
right here.
redemption.
The comeback moment. The correct answer is Ristic Study.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ristic Study wound up being paid for about 57% of the time. So a little bit more than half. Esper Sentinel, statistically, was paid for 0% of the time because there was exactly one Esper Sentinel trigger all year, and it was paid for.
Oh wow.
Wow.
The Mystic Remora was triggered 9 times and paid for once.
Oh boy.
And then Smothering Tithe was triggered a massive 47 times and paid for twice.
Ouch.
Yeah, 'cause,
There's a reason it is good.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
it's like you don't really think about the treasures when you're trying to do your stuff right up until you realize the Smothering Tide player just has all the mana in the world and just play out their hand.
Yep. So it's just like, it's just one treasure. What could go wrong? And then nobody pays
Right.
for it, and then they wheel, and then you die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So give me just a second. Tally up final scores.
I think I might have a chance, guys.
I think you have a chance, Avenged. I believe in you.
Believe in
It was actually a very close
believe in
game.
me that believes in you.
So we'll move on to our little end screen here. So as I'm tallying this up, though, thank you guys so much for joining us for the trivia. I'm glad that we could do this. I think it worked a little bit better than just kind of throwing random stats. The trivia aspect of it seemed fun, at least from my angle. But I will say, if you want the full spreadsheets and all the stats that I kept, I am gonna post those both in our Discord for everyone who's a part of that, and also in the description of the video once this is up on YouTube. So if you want to see the full thing, you can. And I know for those who have participated, you can actually go back and look at cards that you played, commanders you played. I kept track of names to go with everything else. So if you want to see what you specifically did this year, you can check that out too.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, we do have our final scores. So unfortunately,
All right.
in last place, we do have Vintage with 11 points.
Hey,
Next up, we have Mike with 15.
I tried.
And then there is a
Tried hard.
tie for second with 16 points with Cole and Mort, meaning Doodle is in first with 18 total points, keeping his unbanned
Wow.
status.
It's been a pleasure knowing you guys.
and winning him the game.
I both love and hate that I can be so predictable.
If you want
That was
video,
fun, guys. Yeah.
Dude, you won last year by 1 point, right? I think I lost to you by 1. And this year I lose to you by 2. It's great.
Slowly going up. Hopefully that applies to the game.
Hopefully.
Guys, I'm much better at Magic than I am trivia. Maybe. You can tune in to the Dungeon Learner's Guide to find out. Got some great games coming up next year, I hope.
That is the goal. So yeah, thank you guys for joining. Thanks to everyone for watching. Obviously, this will be going out at the beginning of the year, so make sure you tune in the rest of the year because we'll keep things going. Anyone have anything we want to say before we wrap things up?
I just want to thank everybody for being so welcoming. I came into the Discord earlier this year, and it's been a blast getting to know everyone, having all these awesome games, watching the videos, learning new deck techs. It's been a blast. So I just want to thank Zach and every member of the Discord channel and the viewers that help support him.
Well, thank you.
Am I allowed to plug?
Appreciate it. Yeah, Mike, you want to shout yourself out, man?
All right. So, all you wonderful peeps, make sure you guys give a like and subscribe to the Dungeon Learner's Guide. He puts out some awesome content. And while you're at it, if you're feeling pretty generous, you can stop by twitch.tv/McKG3 every Friday night for Drawing for Turn. I am currently working on a Magic the Gathering card proxy commission. So, if you want to check that out, it'll be on Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. And Zach, thank you again for having us out here tonight.
Yeah. But yeah, do check out Mike's streams, his amazing artwork. I've played against a couple of his proxies and working on a comic book still too, right?
Yes, I am. Working on my original comic book, which you can find on deviantart.com/McKG3, as well as my other art projects I've worked on over the years.
All right. Well, I guess that's about it. So once again, thanks everybody for joining, and we'll see you on the other side of the Dungeon Learner's Guide.